It's Monday morning, and hey, it's the Sales Center podcast. My name's Mark Hunter. I'm talking about integrity. Now, here's the whole thing. I've got the new book coming out, Integrity First Selling. And let me tell you something. There is some significant rewards of selling with integrity. I'm going to unpack several of them and how you can capture them. And the show begins right now.
You're listening to the Sales Hunter podcast with Mark Hunter, where the focus is to help you as a sales leader sell with confidence and integrity. And now here's your host.
Okay, the book is Integrity First Selling. And let me tell you something. There are three major things that you will benefit from when you sell with integrity. The first one is you're going to attract customers who have integrity. I can't begin to share with you the number of benefits that I've been able to realize when I really fully embraced selling with integrity. Now, what is this? This is about being transparent with your customers. Now, it's easy to be transparent with your customers when things are going good. It's when things are going difficult that it's harder. You know, when there's shortages, there's cuts, there's mistakes being made, there are things happening that outside of your control. But when you sell with integrity, you step up and you own it. And here's what's interesting. Customers notice it. They see it much faster than you realize. The same thing is they also see smoke being blown in their face much faster than you realize. What is this all about? It's really all about one very simple thing. When you are absolutely genuine and putting the customer's needs first ahead of yours, and you might say, Mark, this is going to hurt me get my sale. You know what? I'm going to admit it may hurt you getting the sale short term, but long term, you are going to win significantly. You see, so what happens is you attract better customers because people who want to take advantage of people are not attracted to people with integrity. It very simply, if you are selling anything that is not illegal or death defying or whatever, then there's no reason why you should not be selling with integrity because you're going to attract better customers. But here's the other piece. When you sell with integrity, you create more referrals and you create I saw this happen just a couple days ago. I saw a referral come into me that was purely based off of the comments that the customer had made who had worked with me, and they shared me with somebody else. You see, what's very interesting is we all want to have as many arms and legs out there selling for us as possible. That's natural, right? So one of the easiest ways to do that is by creating raving fans who refer you, who talk about you. And it's absolutely incredible at the results that will happen. You see, so when you sell with integrity, the customer feels very comfortable about you. And when they feel comfortable about you, they will share with you. You see, customers only talk about two types of salespeople: the ones who treat them really well or the ones who treat them really lousy. Now, think about that. Which side of the coin do you want to be on? It's a no-brainer. But if you are looking to work hard, then don't sell with integrity. But if you are looking to say, hey, how do I build my business? And the measurement I can use of integrity is very simply this, is the number of referrals I'm getting increasing every year. If it is, then it demonstrates that I'm selling with integrity. I'm selling with integrity. The other piece here is you also have lower customer turnover because there's a higher level of customer satisfaction. Let me unpack this for you. Here's what I see happening so often. When I sell with integrity and I'm fully transparent with you, and this means transparent in everything, transparent in the expectations. In other words, I'm not setting up expectations that can't be delivered. I'm not setting up timelines that can't be achieved. I'm not doing things or saying things that are not going to come to fruition. And this is absolutely key because when I do this, it creates lower customer turnover because there's higher satisfaction. Now, stop and think about this. I see this happen in so many industries. Let's use the construction industry. We'll use residential construction. There's what's called the punch list. Somebody's having a home built for them and they get done and then they create what's called the punch list. And the punch list is this list of things that you got to go back and take care of. And it's called a punch list because then you punch them out. You're done, 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 done. And think about that. That exists in every business, every business. There are expectations of what's sold. And then ultimately you got to come back and rework some of them. Now, this is all where profit margin goes away. This is where difficulties arise. And you want to talk about margin shrink. This is where margin shrink comes in. This is where the add-on sales no longer occurs. How many times have you gone in and sold something with the full anticipation that you're going to be able to sell to them something else? But the problem is that first thing that you deliver to them, you sell them, doesn't achieve any level close to the amount of success that they're looking for. As a result, then, the second sale doesn't happen. You see, we set up long-term success when we build on a strong foundation. And the strong foundation is absolutely when it is integrity-centered. And when we are integrity-centered, it is amazing at how that's going to happen. We got comments that are beginning to come in, and it's absolutely beneficial. Thank you. Hey, if you're listening to this, if you're watching this live right now, feel free to put your comments up there. I can't put all the comments up on the screen, but I'm sure going to try, because here's what I found. Integrity is also about communication. See, when you're selling with integrity, you are very comfortable having any level of conversation with the customer, because again, they're going to have questions. You're going to have questions. And again, integrity centered means that there's a level of trust and confidence. Here's another way that you can measure for integrity. Is the customer sharing with you proprietary information? Let me unpack that a little bit for you. Proprietary information is information that is not known publicly. And if it's not known publicly, that means the customer's sharing with you because they trust you. That's pretty powerful. You see, integrity-centered selling, integrity-first selling is, again, this whole level of transparency. Now, let me walk through some more things. One of the other key pieces that I love about integrity, and this flies in the face of the argument that people say, well, if I sell with integrity, that means I'm soft on customers and they're going to take advantage of me. False, wrong. You see, when you sell with integrity, there's less need to discount. There is less need to discount because the customer understands and accepts your value proposition much faster because there's a higher level of trust. You see, in the absence of trust, low price is everything. Now, does this mean that you can't discount if you're selling with integrity? No, you can discount, but there has to be a full explanation as to why we are doing it, as to why it's happened. Because here's the whole thing. If there isn't an explanation, then it's just simply caving on price. And you got to be very careful on it. Very careful. Very careful. What you want to make sure is that there is integrity on pricing, because this has the customer now feeling that I'm not getting ripped off compared to somebody else. And this is one of the biggest pieces that slows down a decision-making process, because the customer says they're a little hesitant to buy because they feel if they just wait, they're going to wind up getting a better price. They're going to wind up getting something different. And again, that doesn't happen when I'm selling with integrity, because the customer knows this is the price that they're dealing with. You see, the other thing that happens, and you think about this, the number one reason why customers don't buy is it's not they're buying from a competitor. They just don't buy at all because they don't have the level of confidence. And again, how do I overcome this? It's by allowing them to see a value proposition that they can absolutely 100% believe in. This is exactly what we're talking about, why we say integrity first selling. Because when I create a level of confidence with you, a level of trust with you, there's a more revealing of the true needs that the customer has. And there's more revealing on my end as to how we can satisfy them or not satisfy them. Now, what does this do? This further increases the level of confidence with the customer. And again, as the level of confidence increases, the likelihood of a buying decision being made absolutely increases. You see, ultimately, at the end of the day, it's not us feeling confident. The customer has to feel confident. And when the customer feels confident, it is amazing at how they will make the sale. You see, selling with integrity, I think, is not an option in today's world. The reason being is simple. There is so much noise out there. Nobody is not getting hit with messages, whether they be voicemail, whether they be email, whether they be text messages, whether they be however they're coming in, but they are getting hit with more messages about buy. And see, what's happened is the customer has become absolutely confused. The customer has become absolutely upset. They're not happy. And as a result, they're shutting down all dialogue with salespeople. Now, this is the reason why studies continue to show that salespeople are having a harder time getting in with customers, because customers are not revealing themselves until they're much further along in the buying process than ever. Integrity first selling flips this around. It flips this around and it creates the relationship, because now what it does is this. AI and all the tools of AI is about prospecting to thousands and thousands and thousands. In other words, because I have an automated tool, I can reach thousands and thousands of people. Integrity first selling is about, no, just the opposite. It's a smaller circle. It is a smaller, and if you follow me for any length of time, you know I've talked about this for a long time. I want to be able to have fewer prospects that I can spend more time with to truly understand their needs. Because when I have fewer prospects I can spend more time with, I really understand their needs, and I'm going to create a better value proposition. This is how I create integrity first customers, integrity first referrals, integrity first repeat business, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You see, we're exhausting ourselves chasing every tool out there. Now, there are tools out there that are great. Hey, I use numerous, but you got to ask yourself this question. Am I zeroing in? Integrity first selling is not about trying to boil the ocean. It is about trying to do one thing and do one thing well, and that is helping the customer who is right in front of you be successful in achieving their outcomes. Zig Ziglar said it well. He said the most effective way for you to achieve your goals is to help your customers achieve their goals. And I can't underestimate that at all. Hey, I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Center. You've been listening to the Sales Center podcast, 2 episodes a week. I want you to pick up the book, Integrity First Selling. You can go out to Amazon, wherever you buy books. You will see it there. And what is Integrity First Selling? It's about changing the mindset. That's what we're going to be talking about throughout the year here. But more importantly, the Sales Center podcast is designed to do one thing. It's to help you see and achieve what you didn't think was possible. If you like the podcast, leave us a review on your favorite podcast app, would you? 2 episodes a week. One like this every Monday morning, short, single topic. Second one is where we do a deep dive with the subject matter expert. I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. Great selling.